Okay, now we'll be talking about the front squat, which is a barbell squat where the bar rests on your anterior deltoids rather than your upper back. The primary muscles used are your quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, lower back, and glutes. This movement strongly translates to cleans and clean and jerks. So right now we're going to watch it. And now we're going to analyze. So in the starting position, you want your elbows to be parallel with the floor. Or I'm sorry, you want your elbows to be fully flexed, and your your upper arms parallel with the floor. You want your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider with your toes pointed outward, and you want your hands to be outside of your shoulder width. Normally, for a novice, I would say to have a closed pronated grip, but since I am proficient and I have the wrist flexibility, I often have a fingertip grip. But the bar is resting on my anterior deltoids and clavicle right here. You want to have a neutral spine with looking forward or above. You don't want to really have any misalignment. So right now we're actually going to look at the squat piece by piece. So for the downward movement phase, you do want to maintain a neutral back position. You want to have your elbows up and chest out. You want to allow your hips to slowly flex. So as you can see, I slowly go down. My hips go down. My knees are actually tracking outward. And I want to keep the same angle from the start position to the end position. You do not want your body to lean forward. And as you can see at the base of it, basically here, my arms are still parallel with the floor. My hips have broken parallel with my knees. My knees are actually tracking out, but not over my feet. They are maybe at the possible angle. It may look like that of the video, but my knees are tracking outward rather than forward, and I'm looking ahead. So I basically have maintained a proper spinal alignment as well. Again, I'm keeping my heels on the floor and my knees aligned over the feet. That's why my knees were initially tracked outward. And I'm not rounding, overextending, or being convex or concave with my back. You want to continue flexing the hips and knees until the top of the thighs are parallel to the floor, the trunk begins to round or flex, or the heels rise off the floor. As you can see, I am below parallel, maintaining neutral alignment. Again, that's just because of my mobility and experience with the movement. So from here, what you actually want to do is stand up with the weight, and that's maintaining the position with the neutral back, elbows high, chest up and out. Extending with the hips and knees at the same roughly at the same rate. So as you can see, as my hips rise, so do my knees. So there's no basically the whole time I'm doing this, my head is in a perfect my head is that's not right. My head, my feet, it does not move. Okay, so my knees, my head are perfectly in line. So you extend your hips and knees at the same rate, keeping the heels on the floor and knees aligned over the feet. You do not want to flex your torso forward or around the back at all. Continue extending the hips and knees to reach the starting position, which would be here. And at the end of the set, you would, from here, drop the weight, re-rack it, or begin your next rep. And that is the front squat. Again, perfect front squat. Thank you.